It's my great honor, and I was invited about months ago, and I did not expect this. People said this is a very sensitive time for me to talk, because about Yahoo, about Alibaba, about this and that. But I promise I come. Today, any questions you have, I will answer every question you have. All right, so I've been here for 15 days, and I plan to spend 1 year here. And nobody knows. My company did not know that I'm going to spend a year here. Guess people ask why you are here. Are you ready for getting Yahoo? No. Everybody was very sensitive when I said I'm going to spend 1 year there, and I just come here. I'm tired. Too tired in the past 16 years. I started my business when I started in 1994, found the internet, and I got crazy about the internet and give up my job in the teaching, and like I call myself like a blind man riding on the back of blind tigers, jumping around, still kicking and still surviving. And then joined the government organization for 16 months and not successful. Start Alibaba in 1999. And we built up the Alibaba. We are lucky enough to have the Taobao, we have the Alipay, we have Ali Cloud Computing, and so many things. After 12 years, I say, I need some time to rest. Especially this year was so difficult for me. I did not expect. I prepared for 12 years, was in China called a Benminian. This is our 12th year for Alibaba. At the beginning of the year, we have moving for the Alibaba B2B CEO because of the custom cheating things. And then we have the Alipay and about the VIE. I still don't know what the VIE is, right? And then we have the Ali Taobao separated in 4 parts. So many things that really make me feel tired. And I said, well, why not give up 1 year? Because next year is my personal Benminian, which could be much more difficult. So this year was very tough and difficult. I believe next year is going to be tougher and more difficult and more complex. So I got ready for that. And I think I need a rest. So in order for another 3-4 years hard working, because this 3 years is not my job. If something wrong, criticize this president of Taobao, CEO of Alibaba, and Alipay. It's their fault, because 3 years, their fault. 3 years later, something wrong, my fault. So I come here, and I will spend most of the time in the States, and then thinking, relaxing. And just 2 days ago, I picked up my golf and here, and just relax. So nothing about the things people think about. So we are a very lucky company, and there's no chance that we survived. I don't have any sort of backgrounds, a rich father or strong uncles, and I remember 1999, I came to Silicon Valley looking for venture capitalists. I talked to a lot of venture capitalists, and I remember a few days when I drive by the Menlo Park, right? I was rejected by so many venture capitalists. When I talk about Alibaba startups, they look at me strange. What? Alibaba? What are you talking about? But I went back to China with nothing, no money, nobody invested in me, but I'm full of confidence. I saw the American dreams. At that time, 1999, I walk on the high expressway, the high expressway every evening full of cars, and in the parks of the companies, every Sunday weekends full of cars, and people working day and night. And now this is something I believe is going to happen in China. Without getting any venture capitalist, but I think I went back to China with the American dreams. And we started the business there, and after 12 years, a lot of things happened. We built up the B2B, and nobody believed the B2B would work, because the B2B at that time was good, but Ariba, I don't know, still there? Yeah, Ariba. Ariba.com, Broadvision, and Commerce One, these are very famous B2B companies. People say, how can you do B2B in China? Because B2B in the USA, they focus on big companies. They focus on buyers. And we believe there's no big companies in China. And I don't see there are big companies in the short term that with China we have a lot of big companies. Because big companies only SOE. SOE, they do not need e-commerce. They need is government policy, right? So we focus on small business. We believe China, the small business, the private sectors are the future. So we focus on that. And the B2B in the US, they focus on buyers. They want help the buyers to save the cost, to save the time. We believe don't teach the SME, don't teach the small business how to save the cost because they know much better than you do. You should help them how to make money. So we focus on helping small business. We focus on helping them to make money, to sell things abroad. Very difficult to do business at that time, but after 12 years, we got more than 58 million small businesses around the world using our services. That model is not very sexy. Compared to Tencent and Baidu, we did not make that much money like online gamings. But we can sleep well in the evening because the money we make, not online gamings. The money we make is helping small business to survive, to get business opportunities, which I feel very proud of that. And today, as always, I never feel proud of how much money we make. I feel proud how much impact we can help the others, especially small business. Before the history of internet, no company can help over 50 million SMEs. Today, we are trying. And I feel proud of that. This is the first company. And people say, Jack, if you make Alibaba successful, that means you are pulling 1 million tons of ship on the top of the Himalaya. And I say, yes, we will carry that thing down. And we did. The second company is called Taobao. And everybody say, oh my God, you're competing with eBay. I say, why not? China needs an e-commerce site. And building up the China market takes efforts, takes time, and takes great effort. You really want to build up something. So at that time, people say there's no chance. Well, if you never try, how do you know there's no chance? So we tried, and I said, if eBay are the sharks in the ocean, we are the crocodiles in the Yangtze River. Never fight in the ocean, let's fight the Yangtze River. It was difficult. It's a lot of fun. And we survived. They got a 90% market share at that time. Today, for C2C B2C, we're like a 90% market share. And lucky, just lucky. There are a lot of things can be discussed in the future. Today, people always write about the successful stories about Alibaba. And I really don't think we're so smart. We made so many mistakes. We were so stupid at that time. So I think someday the book I personally really want to write about, as I said, is Alibaba 1001 Mistakes. These are the things people should remember, people should learn. If you want to learn how the other people succeed, it's very difficult. There are a lot of lucky things out there. But if you want to learn, if you learn how people feel, you will benefit a lot. And I always like to read those books talking about how people feel. Because if you look into it, any company that feel, the reasons why they feel almost the same. And that really matters. So Taobao succeed, and then we have the Alipay, because everybody say China, oh, no credit system, banking is terrible, logistics terrible, and how can you do e-commerce? I never tell, just like today, I come here not without a PPT, without my business. I'm not coming here to sell your business, sell my business, because I don't have stocks to sell to you guys. But I think because China is not good at logistics, not good at credit system, not good at a banking system, that's why we need the entrepreneurship. That's why we should go and build them up. So I believe if there's no, you build it up. Later, this becomes the standard of China. And I believe China needs that. I remember 6 years ago, I came to the States, I told the USA audience, I believe 5 years later, China will have more internet users than the USA. People say, no. I say, well, you have only 300 million population. China 1.3 billion, right? For you guys to have 400 million internet users without anybody dying, keep on having babies, you take 50 years. We need 5 years. It's just a time issue, right? So let's wait and see. Today, we have more users. And today people say, well, your buying capability is low. Let's see about 5 years later. 5 years later, today people only spend 200 RMB per month. 5 years later, these guys will spend 2,000. And we have patience. We are young. You know, I'm old, but my people only 26 average age. They're young, and let's wait for the future. So Alipay was just like that time people say it's a stupid escrow services, right? John wants to buy things from Stephen. John does not want to wire the money, and Steve does not want to give the product. So we open an account and say, wire the money to us. If you're happy, we wire the money. Not happy, return products, return the money. People say, how stupid the model is. Well, we don't care whether stupid or not stupid. We care whether the customer want it or not. Whether really meet the needs of the customers. It is stupid, but after 7 years, we have more than 600 million users, registered users in China using that. So stupid things, if you improve it every day, it's going to be very smart. And we believe that. So today it is good, and it's growing, and it's like PayPal, but we are bigger than PayPal right now on transaction-wise. And the last and most important is Ali Cloud Computing. And not like the other companies, they talk about cloud computing. They want to sell you the hardware, softwares. We have nothing to sell you. We just want computing our own data, because the data we have from the SMEs, because the data we have the consumers from Taobao, data from Alipay. So we believe in the future, the world is going to be the data processing world. How we can share the data with the others in a great way, right? So that's the thing. That's the business about. It's not that good yet, but it is very profitable. The whole company looks healthy, so we are very appreciative. We are the company full of thanks. There's no chance we can win. Now we survive. I think we always ask our own question, why we still working so hard? I talked to my colleague one day, and he said, Jack, I never know that in my life I can do that much. Second, I never know that the things I'm doing are that meaningful to the society. And third, I never know that life is damn that hard. We work day and night. Even now, we work day and night. I get so thinner and strange. And I understand life is not easy. We feel proud because we are changing China. It's not how much money you make. When you see, I think 10 years ago, when I walk on the street, people thank me because my Alibaba B2B helped them to get orders across the ocean. Today, when I walk on the street, the young people say, Jack, thank you very much. My wife and I opened a small shop on Taobao. We made a surviving. We had a great income. And, you know, this is meaningful thing. We make the credit means money. Years ago, if you have a great record of credit, trust, but you're not rich. Today, if you have a good record on Taobao, you get rich because people do business with those people with good record. We're teaching consumers to smart. People say, Jack, I bought something so cheap on Taobao. Is that a fake product? Yes, we do. Fake products are everywhere. But we spend most of the efforts in China. 50% of the people in Taobao, they're focusing on checking the intellectual property issues. But there's a bottle of wine that costs us only $9. But people buy on the street is $300. Why is that? The channels, the advertisement, the TV shows. Why consumers should pay that much? So we cut that. And we make things changing. So tell the consumers, say, this T-shirt, you buy on Taobao, maybe $30 or $15. You buy in a shop, $150. Not because Taobao selling cheaper, because that shop sells too expensive. We should teach the consumers to be smart. And the third, very important, we saw so many factories in China, especially in Canton. They are not a company. They are not even a factory. They just OEM. They just sell things. They just manufacture. They don't know who are selling for them. They don't know who are the customers. So anything come, they're all in trouble. So we should tell the manufacturers, you have to contact the consumers yourself. You have to sell yourself, serve yourself. Then this is a real business. Otherwise, it's just a workshop. And we're changing that. And I feel proud. And we are honored. It's not about money. As we believe, when you have 1 million RMB or $1 million US, you're a rich man. When you have 10 million US dollars, you're in trouble. You worry about inflation, RMB, and you start to invest, you get into trouble. When you have 1 billion, that's not your money. It's the society's trust. The shareholder, the people believe you can spend this money smarter than the government. You can spend money than the others. So they give you the trust. How can you do this trust? How can you, treat this trust well? And I think we are facing this challenge. And the product for Alibaba is not the people. It's not the service. It's the people, the employees, the colleagues. The average age of the company is 26 years old. And we are facing so many challenges, guys. I never realized that. One of the key government officers of another country visited me and said, Jack, oh my God, you have 300 million users on Taobao, and the population much bigger than my country. I said, yeah, it is difficult. Any policy we're making, we get into big trouble. Because people say, this is pretty good. If some people complain, it's just like a government policy making. And those people who are making policies, their average age is 26. We have never met these kind of things. If we change, like a search engine, the normal search engine, who pays better, who links on the top. We believe we should put the trust record, the credibility record on that. And then we put that, a lot of people say we will demonstrate. 200 people last year came to our company, demonstrate, say, Jack, you changed the policy, you got to pay, But I say, if it is right, let's do it. And this is the world we're changing. And now, today, what we need is not pure programs, not service people and product manager. What we need is sociologists, economists, and those guys who make the principle and the policies. So we're facing a lot of challenges, but we feel proud because I believe in the 21st century, if you want to be a successful company, you have to learn how to solve a problem of the society instead of catching one or two opportunities. It is so easy to catch opportunities. And I'm not bragging. I think today, after 12 years jumping around, I find that making money is very simple. But making sustainable money and responsible to the society, improve the world, meanwhile making a lot of money is very difficult. And this is what we are trying. And we think China, because of internet, is improving. And 3 years later, I'm preparing for that. Today, people say, China's stock, internet stock going down, that because of the VIE, because of what and this. No. I think, look at the U.S. economy. They're facing big challenges. Europe probably go nowhere, right? China, anything that happens today in the U.S. and Europe is going to happen in China 3 years later. China is going to face a big challenge in 3-4 years later. And if you know something bad is coming, get ready for it. Instead of screaming now, instead of complaining. And as internet companies, we have to take responsibility. And my job, I'm not a politician. I'm not speaking for government. I'm speaking for myself, for our own business, speak for my customers. 50 million SMEs and 8 million Taobao power sellers, how they should survive 3 years later. This is something I want to come here in the States, learn how Obama say, I'm going to create jobs. How he did that. Any mistake, we should learn from it, and 3 years later, let's solve it in our way. This is why I'm here. So, I think you all have a lot of questions, and I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
I'm going to make you answer your own questions and be honest about it. Are you going to buy Yahoo?
Good question. Yes, we are very interested in that. We are very interested in Yahoo because our asset, Alibaba Group, is so important to Yahoo. And Yahoo assets also very, very important to us, to the internet users and to the industries. So, yeah, we are interested in, and also all the Ps and all the serious buyers, they already talked to us, and they should talk to us more.
Have you made the initial approach to them?
Pardon?
Have you made the initial approach to them about buying them?
I just assure you that we are very interested in right now. Thank you.
Hey, Jack. Actually, I'm not going to ask that tough question.
No.
I was actually encouraged by Joe this morning, and he said that anything about the cinema mode and VIE mode, just ask Jack, and he'll be the right person to answer all these questions. And okay, seriously, this is a question that I know that PRC government has adopted the national security review system against the M&A merge and acquire the PRC company by the foreign companies. So my question is, how do you view the impact of the scrutiny by the PRC government? And specifically, do you think that's going to adversely impact for the PRC company go offshore, IPO, like get finance from abroad?
Okay.
So
yeah.
That's my question. Yeah.
Probably, I'm sorry for those. I will answer this question in Chinese, which probably more specific. Any English translation, probably people can help. Because so many people talk about a VIE. I'm got confused. I spend a lot of time these days understand what the hell is that. Okay, in English, right? I just be fair, right? So English. First, VIE is a great innovation, and I believe it's a great innovation. 10 years ago, seen a model. It's great. It helped China grow on the internet and all the other high-tech industries, which we, Alibaba, also benefit a lot. And I don't see the government is going to take that thing down. I never feel that. And I don't know why people worry so much about that. But some sensitive areas, some industry, some sectors, like finance, like I don't know. What else? These things, the government have concerns about the VIE structure, which I understand and we should support. For example, if anybody want to get a banking license in China, like a 20-25% foreign capital owned, if you want to cross that, any nation will against it. So VI structure, I did not see any government say, well, I'm going to shut that thing down. What to worry about? We should put this thing on the a few days ago, I read an article about 小岗村, right? You know, so 小岗村的改革是非常好。但小岗村的改革没有11届三中全会的肯定，小岗村的人到今天还活在痛苦之中，还在阴暗之中。We got to make this VIE really legal, transparent. This is the power of internet. Making sure if it is good after 10 years testing, it is good, why not open? If any tiny sensitive area, if you're not comfortable, join us, discuss about that. So I don't know, people say, well, something wrong with the Alipay. Oh, I'm honored, right? Because of that, we open VIE. Because tell the truth, when government, the PBOC, 人民银行说, Alipay has foreign capital? I have to tell the truth, guys. Do you agree? If the government say, do you have foreign capital? I say, no, but I have. This won't work because we are getting bigger, right? Just like today, if I come to say, I want to buy the PayPal, do you think the U.S. does not have any proof? Oh, they will, even with Yahoo, right? So we have to be fair. It's not that big issue. It's just let's face it, open it, discuss it. And I don't see the government is going to shut that down. All right? I hope I answered your question. Yeah.
Hi, Jack. I think we haven't been seeing each other for more than 10 years.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you look terrific today, so I'm very
Thank
happy.
you.
I believe you went through a lot of difficult things in the past 10 years. So you also mentioned about one day you will write a book. So my question is, would you like to share just one thing with us first? And you would do differently, for one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Right, Michelle, Tian?
Yes.
Thank you. We know not see for 10 years. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of tough days. If today, when something is smooth, I just feel uncomfortable. That's true. In the U.S., they call it very paranoid. I am, yeah. But the mistake we made a lot for Yahoo China. I think when we acquired Yahoo China, if people ask me whether we will do it again, yes, I will. But whether we will do it in this way, no, I won't. We will do a much better, smart way because we had no any experience of acquisition, especially acquire an internet company. And we made a lot of mistakes then, and that helped us today. So when you ask me about whether I'm interested in Yahoo, yes, of course. I think we are probably one of the very few companies really understand Yahoo USA very well because of that. And people say, well, Yahoo China is terrible. How could you still talk about that? I mean, terrible running. No, it's not terrible running. We saw problems 4 years ago. So we cut Yahoo China. If we did not, we would have died today. So we would share these mistakes, how we acquire, how we treat the culture things, how we fire people. We should fire some people earlier. We should keep some people. There's a lot of detailed things. I believe any companies in the future will learn. And I think today I'm not talking about Yahoo USA, but we think about how internet companies in the USA and China should learn from Yahoo. we will all face the same challenge if we do not learn the mistakes the other people made. So that's I think I want to share with the mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jack. I had 3 quick questions. The first is, Taobao's been incredibly successful. How do you manage and prevent it from being the victim of its own success? How do you stay nimble? You know, eBay itself has sort of stagnated as it got this large. Second is, given the competitive landscape with companies like 360 Buy, will you be forced to do more on the logistics side, take title?
Will I be forced to what?
Forced to build out your own logistics, take title, and therefore will that change your model? And last is, I've read a lot of things about your account of what went on with Alipay. It'd be interesting to hear it. If you could do it over again, what would you have hoped Masa and Jerry would have said to you? How would you have wished that dialogue would have gone as opposed to the way it went? It actually went.
Okay. The first, Taobao grows so fast and will grow even faster in the future. The big challenge is that we have never run such a huge company. And I don't believe the internet time there's empire thinking. I hate the empire. Empire thinking means join me or I kill you. And I don't like the model. I believe the ecosystem. I'm the board member for TNC, the Nature Conservancy. I believe that everybody should be connected to each other, helping each other. It's an ecosystem. So Taobao becomes so big so fast. And I worry about that. I should give the industry some opportunity, give the competitors some opportunities. So in June, we separated Taobao into 4 paths. Because people talk to me and say, Jack, you've been there for 9 years. It's very difficult to compete with you because you're already so big. So, okay, I make it smaller, you compete. If 10 years later, I'm still bigger than that, I will put another 3 pieces each, making sure we run big company like a small company, giving the people, the young people opportunities to run the business because it's their business. Taobao, like Facebook, like Google, like Tencent, they are not Chinese companies. They do not belong to China. They do not belong to US. They belong this time, 21st century. You have to using a different way to run this company. Honestly, say what is the best methodology, what is the best mental thinking to run that company, I don't know. We are testing and we are ready to take mistakes. So we believe the ecosystem. We do not believe the empire thinking. So that's why we are testing everywhere we could. And second question is that leaving the competition 360 Buy, yeah.
Will you be
where
forced
we would
to
change
take
our
title?
model?
Right, change your model.
I think they should change their model. It's not about. I don't feel anything wrong with Taobao model. We are growing. We can make money very easily, and we can support more people. So I don't know. We should change our model, and I don't buy this story about buying things and selling online. This is really stupid model on the internet, and I don't like that. And logistic things, I tell you, last year, the total China package delivered on the street is 2.1 billion packages delivered. Taobao created nearly 1.1 billion. And this year, we will probably create 3 billion packages delivered on the street. That we do not want to have our own logistics system. China probably needs 10 million people delivering on the street. How can we run a company with 10 million employees? Right, 20,000 people. Today we have 23,000 people. It's already a big headache to me. So 10 million, crazy. Nobody can do that. So we should support the logistic companies to serve well, to deliver well, to treat their employees well and the customer well. This is what we want to do. We do not want to have our own logistic companies. Never ever. So we have the money, we have the influence, we have the orders, how we can improve the society. And to Alipay, Masa, and Jerry, I think I have answered that many times, but I can answer you again. They are good friends. They're good partners. And I understand at the beginning, say, Jack, how could you that? Even today, the VI is still poor about it. But I got clear messages saying yes and no. So I told them, I think today they're happy. Now I'm not happy because I'm getting such a big burden for Alipay because today Alipay grow very fast, but it's not a big, nice model yet. You cannot make money out of it. But we are supposed to pay that much money at the end to the company. And I say challenge is a challenge. Young guys, let's create a good model for that. So I think it's a very healthy discussion between Jerry, Martha, and us. But unfortunately, the rumor was out that I moved the company out without a board meeting and without notice. I tell the truth. They know. And we discussed together. And today, the problem solved. They're happy. I'm half burnt. But it's a challenge. Michelle, I'm facing a lot of tough days. This is one of the tough things I have to face because it's easy for other guys to say, well, you should do this, you should do that. When you know if Alipay die, Taobao die. If Taobao die, 8 million power sellers in trouble. And I cannot do that. And if I do not follow China law, I will drink a coffee in Beijing every week. Everybody wanted me to sit in there and drinking coffee, and they say, Jack, where you get bigger, you're in trouble. Be transparent. Today, 21st century, everything should be transparent. Otherwise, why we should work so hard for? So that's I'm telling. I think there's no other way I can zig around. I just say this is the reality. We have to face it. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much for a wonderful speech. My question is how Taobao evaluates international collaborations in technology. Because I heard Taobao now is still not open API for foreign countries, non-Chinese countries. So that means non-Chinese countries not able to launch their products based on Taobao platform. So I want to hear your opinion about this. Thanks.
Okay, I'd love to. We'd love to open the API for the non-Chinese country. Unfortunately, it's about the payment. It's very difficult. I have, when I travel around, I saw so many overseas Chinese, they say, oh, Taobao is wonderful. Can we buy things outside China, sell things, and a lot of foreign. We are trying our best. And we think that if the payment is solved, things could be moved much faster. And Taobao will never stay alone in China. I said Taobao does not belong to China. It comes from China. It belongs to the whole world. It belongs to this generation. Let's make sure in the future it can help more people because things really cool on Taobao. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Hi, Jack. Actually, my question is kind of similar with hers, but
you want to buy things from Taobao?
No, but of course I want to, right? It's so cheap, and thank you, Taobao, improve my life. Okay, so my question is that you have said that there is no difficult business in the world, but the truth is for a lot of foreign companies, it's really difficult to do business in China, and we have a lot of clients. They want to go to China, and actually, luckily, Taobao Ali Group can provide the whole solution for them. Actually, from the Hi China, from Alipay, from everything, but it's hard for them to know there is a choice, and it's hard for them to kind of cross the policy part or government part. So, do you have any plan to help those foreign companies? Because Chinese still has a need for the foreign products.
Okay, thank you very much. I think doing business is difficult anywhere in the world. Foreign companies go to China, find problems, and I think, and I believe Chinese companies come to the U.S. doing business also facing big problems. I don't see any very successful Chinese companies in USA? I mean, that we come here in the USA. Is there any famous Chinese companies that come to USA or European that is very good? Who? Alibaba. Not yet, right. Lenovo? Do you call that successful? All right. My thinking was that in China we do have some successful foreign companies, right? Microsoft is not bad. IBM is not bad. And we have a lot of Oracle, a lot of great companies, and the foreign company in China very successful. Guys, going anywhere, doing business takes time. I think my friend Carol Fisher, asked me about question in the D conference. No market welcomes gamblers. You go there, create value for local people, have time, it will have chance. So I believe that doing business today everywhere in the world is difficult. My wife and I was debating yesterday morning when driving. She's thinking, oh no, it's so difficult to do business in the USA because there are the Walmart chain, whatever chain, everything's a chain, even the coffee is a chain. He said, how can you have a small business? And I said, well, in the USA, it's easy for a small business to do stuff. So there's a professor sitting next to us. We should have a big debate. Which country is easier to do business, USA or China? And I think China today, if you still think about we should follow the government policy, the negotiation, or forget it. I've said again and again in the past 12 years, every time I speak out of China, if you meet somebody come to you and say, I have a strong guanxi with that mayor, forget about this guy. The only guanxi is the guanxi with the customer. If the customer loves you, the government will better love you. Trust me, they need a tax. They need the jobs. But if you want to pick around, you're in trouble. So I don't believe that, because my relationship with the government in the past 12 years, as I was in love with them, don't marry them. Always. I love them. Every time they come, I tell them the truth. I do everything they tell me. Yeah, okay, right, let's communicate. But do business? Sorry. My friend does business with government, not me. In this way, you get respect from them. If they're that serious about Alipay, let's listen to them, because the law is not government guanxi. So I give you advice. It's always scared, looking far away. Oh my God, this is a difficult place. Go there, test. Jump into it. You never learn swim until you're in the water. China is not that bad. But people ask me why China has no Apple. USA have capitalism for more than 200 years, right? That thick fertilizers. People company die, grow, that thick fertilizer. China only 30 years after reform Deng Xiaoping. 30 years have a company like a Tencent, Baidu, Alibaba, Sina, not bad, right? So let's wait for another 30 years. We will have them. And that is not China. That belongs to the world, because it belongs to the internet at the time. It belongs to the young people who were born 1990s and 1980s, year 2000. These are the people going to change the world, and especially most of the students here. And they are the future. I believe that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I used to work at eBay and PayPal. I know how much challenge you have. Back to 2000, I don't know, do you remember, you have the TV advertisement in Australia. That is 2 months before Sydney Olympic. I have a business trip there. So at that time, Alibaba just have 2 years old. So you have the ambition to have a globalization at that time. So now, after 10, 12 years, right, Alibaba has more power to have globalization. What is your future plan for the global growing strategy? And I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you're right. When we have money, we start to make mistakes. When we have money, we have a beautiful office. We hire people with MBA degree. We hire people with the VP of multinational companies. And when we have a little bit of money, only have 5 million, we start to think about globalization. Jesus. And then we said, let's back to basic, B2C, back to China. Year 2002. I remember we called that time called B2C, back to China, back to basic, back to base, right? Back to central of China, the coast area, back to coast area. Because we told ourselves, global vision, local win. No matter how wonderful you think, you have to step on the ground and do the things, the hard work every day. So many years passed, 12 years passed. We still believe global vision, local win. But we tested Japan, we tested Indian, we tested European, and we tested also in past 12 years, we never shut down the U.S. office. I'm now coming out for 1 year. I want to learn one thing. And I want to ask this thing to everyone here, sure. Fortune 500 CEOs in the world, they all believe China is a big, interesting market. But nobody really give up things and come to China to spend 1 year there. Because if you really want to know China, you got to spend some time. And me too. And I'm asking USA, European is going to be a big market for us. And I just want to put down everything, spend time in USA for 1 year, get feeling how we can help the USA SME. How we can help the US, what's the difference we can do between Amazon, eBay, and us? What's the real value we can create? When you think about that clearly, let's start to do it. Because we never should finish a 20-year program in 2 years. Life is short, but life is long. You cannot say, I want to finish that in 2 years. We have time. I'm that old, but I'm still young. I have time. Yeah. So we will go step by step, not asking about how much revenue we can bring out of China. We will ask what value we really can bring to local people. And we have already more than 15 million small business outside China using our services, and we do not charge them. And free is always the best. We will work on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jack, 欢迎你来美国，希望你可以在这里好好休息。
不一定天天这样。Thank you.
I just welcomed Jack to the U.S. and said I hope he can have a good rest while he's here. So my question for you is, what do you think is the biggest misunderstanding that America has about China? And conversely, what do you think is the biggest misunderstanding that China has about America?
Honestly, I don't know that question. I think there are a lot of misunderstanding, but I was thinking that a few days ago, writing something on my Weibo. Everybody believes that I know the world. I know China completely inside out. No, you don't. Deng Xiaoping did not know. Mao Zedong did not know. Nobody knows China. And everybody say, I know USA inside out. No, you don't know. Obama does not know. Otherwise, he would turn US out. Right? George Bush did not know. It's very difficult to know the outside, but you know yourself. What do you need? What do you want? What will you give up? If I know myself better, I can change myself to meet the outside. There's always misunderstanding between China and USA, just like there's always misunderstanding between Henan people and Chinese. Right? Our job is not to solve the misunderstanding. Our job is to change ourselves to suit the others. So I don't know. But if that's why it's a good question. I come in here because I see so many American people finger point at China, and they have never been to China. A lot of Chinese people could criticize U.S. They've never been to the States. So if we do not learn to appreciate each other, to look at each other, and the more I spend in the States, the more I love the USA. And the more I come to China, I say, well, you know, it's communication. So politically, it's very difficult. But there's only one thing that I think I would be very happy to do: business. I don't like online gaming. I believe the best gaming on the world is to making money. Helping small business cross the ocean, doing business, make them understand each other. My grandfather know news by reading newspaper. My father know news by listening to the radio. Our generation know the world by watching TV. Our kids know the world by the internet. They say, I want to involve. And I believe this is the time. Let's build up the internet. Anything happen in the USA, we know in China immediately. Anything happen in China, most of the things you know very quickly. Well, don't laugh. Let's appreciate most of the things. Let's appreciate that. Doing things step by step is important instead of get everything one night. Thank you. Last one. Yeah, sorry.
Jack, you mentioned that you spent some time here in the early days of Alibaba and that you were rejected by a lot of venture capitalists who you met with. But there was one investor here in Silicon Valley who played a big role in Alibaba's success, which was Jerry Yang and Yahoo, who invested, I believe, $1 billion into Alibaba in 2005. Can you talk about your relationship with Jerry, how that investment came about, and what your relationship is like with him now, and how integral that investment has been to Alibaba's growth and success?
Okay. First, Jerry is a very good friend of mine, personal friend, lifetime friend. We are families, also good friends. And but it's nothing personal. It's all about business, right? Yahoo is invested us year 2005. I think it benefited both sides. Without Yahoo, US's investment, we would not be that successful today. Because we not need the cash to solve our problem. We need that cash to solve the venture capital problem. They do not see Alibaba has a future. They want to cash out. So they help us that, not on the business side, mainly. And without Yahoo deal, we would never learn how to partner with a big company. What's the big company's problem? How we can improve our own culture and things. But in the future, if with today's situation we do not change, we will not have a bright future. We have to do something. So I think, fairly speaking, we appreciate yesterday, but we are looking for a better tomorrow. Every company should do that. And today, and Jerry, and we're still pretty close friends, and we talk, we chat, we play golf, maybe. In the future, the same. And we like Yahoo. I think Yahoo is the company, at least one of the 3 companies that waked me up about internet. And I appreciate that all my life. Without internet, there will be no Jack Ma. And there will be no Alibaba Taobao. So that's what my answer is. Thank you very much.
We have time. I think Kara has a question from All Things CISA.
It's your friend, Kara Swisher.
Yes.
How you doing? So 2 quick questions. So you talked about you're interested in buying Yahoo. 1, have you visited Yahoo on this trip? And 2, how are you going to buy Yahoo? I'm interested in buying Yahoo, but it's not happening.
I answer my question in a very honest way. First question, no.
Okay.
I've been here for 15 days.
Yeah.
And most of the time sleeping and reading.
Okay.
No, I don't have time I think sleeping is more important now than because they're going to be tough. Long way to go.
Okay.
Second, your question is about how. We are interested in getting the whole.
The whole.
Yeah. Whole piece.
The whole piece.
Yeah.
Of your Yahoo China stake, or the whole piece of all of Yahoo?
Whole piece of Yahoo. Yahoo China is already ours, right? It's already in my pocket.
Right. Well, the only thing I gotta say is thank you in all this confusion for the first crystal clear answer about Yahoo, about the company. I appreciate it as a reporter. Yeah. So when's that going to happen?